A new study showing that our nation's students may be suffering from unprecedented levels of stress. The research says 5 times as many high school and college students are dealing with anxiety and other mental issues and that students than in the Great Depression era. One of the study's authors says the actual number may be higher, considering that students are taking antidepressants. The study did not look at why students have more anxiety, but mental health professionals speculate it's the effects of society increasingly focused on the external, from wealth to looks to status.
Brian, I'm here at the live desk right now. The study confirming for some what school counselors on campuses nationwide have long suspected about this. So what is behind all of this? I'm joined here in the newsroom with Adele Cadieux, a child psychologist with the Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So the study indicates that maybe it has something to do with the added pressure on kids about wealth and status and how they look. What are your thoughts on that? That's what some psychologists are speculating.
Well, and that's one of the things that research was looking at, is that over the generations we've had a little more emphasis on what are called extrinsic goals, and those are those things like wealth and the things that we can buy and get, and those do place added stress and pressure on kids because our goals then are, I have to have more, and if you always have to have more, then you never achieve your goal.
Right. I guess how do you, as a parent, how do you keep that in check then if it's always sort of there's one more thing to get and your kids are always at you about, oh, I want this and I want that, and even the labels, and it can't just be an MP3 player, it's got to be an iPod. I mean, how do you get around stuff like that?
Well, you set limits.
Yep.
You need to set very firm limits that we all want lots of things, but we don't get everything we want, and it's okay to feel disappointed, and it's okay to not have everything that we want. And as long as we're okay with it and we can teach our kids to be okay with that, they're going to feel a lot better.
I would imagine, too, that goal setting is part of it. I mean, if somebody wants something, there's nothing wrong with setting a goal and working toward it, you know?
And that is a great idea, to have kids learn the experience of how money works and how to try to achieve a goal, as opposed to just getting everything just because you want it.
How are schools doing in combating the stress level among kids? What's your opinion on how they're doing?
Well, I think that the professionals in the school are doing very well, but the kids still are going to have stress, and some of that is placed on themselves as far as trying to achieve. Already we have, you know, kids that are taking AP classes and preparing for college. Some kids even in junior high are taking advanced classes, so they're getting high school credit, and then in high school you're taking the AP classes to get the college credits, and it just kind of snowballs from there. And so the more pressure as a child you're placing on yourself, the greater the stress you're going to have.
So true. Adele Cadieux, thank you so much for joining us from Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us. Thank you for joining us on 24-Hour News 8 at 5. 24-Hour News 8 at 6 is coming up next.